Hey everyone, Miskin here, back for another video. This is one of two videos starting with the attackers of how toxic on a scale of 1 to 10 you are, with your operator 10 being extremely toxic, 1 being you're not toxic. So let's get into it here. So the first operator is Sledge. You guys are pretty much not that toxic overall, and I pretty much have no complaints about you guys. So you guys are a 1 on the toxic scale. You guys are pretty chill, and you're pretty much just vibing with yourself on sledging hammers, breaking walls, throwing nades. You guys are pretty chill. Thatcher. Thatcher. I'll say Thatchers are a 3. You guys are usually pretty good, but you guys sometimes have some issues if people aren't playing around you, but overall you guys aren't that toxic and you guys are pretty chill. Ashes, you guys are pretty toxic. I'm gonna say a 9 for Ash players as being toxic, because I know you guys are good and you usually mean well, but you guys kind of only care about killing and then you blame your team for everything, and you guys aren't really team friendly, you're more solo people, which is nothing wrong with that, but overall I've met lots of toxic Ashes. So Thermite, Thermites are pretty good. They're usually complain if something doesn't go right with the wall or they get spawn peeked, but overall you guys are pretty good. You guys don't really mess with anyone, so Monty's. I would say if you're overall as a shield main, that's one thing, but strictly as Monty, you guys aren't that toxic. You guys are pretty good sitting at a 2. You guys usually are just there for fun and just to mess with people, so I don't find you guys that toxic. Twitches. I say you guys are 8, because for Twitch is a good operator, don't get me wrong, but you guys usually always have a problem with something in a game, and you always, first thing you do when you switch on your mic is complain about something, and I've met a lot of toxic Twitch players, so that's why I throw Twitch as a 8. Glaz. Let's say Glaz is a 5. The reason Glaz is a 5 on the toxic skill is because most people who play Glaz are usually messing around and you have nothing to worry about or anything like that. But it's usually when some teams like 3-0ing you and they're just really cocky and annoying, and that's when they can get toxic and stuff or start messaging you or something like that. So overall, actually, Glaz will switch. Yeah, we'll keep it as a 5. So Fuse. I don't know why people think Fuse is more toxic. I think Fuse is like Thatcher, where he's actually, Fuses are just vibing. Honestly, like, they're just there for a good time. Maybe blow someone up with a hockey puck. Like, overall, Fuses aren't that toxic, so. Blitz, you guys are 10. I hate you, my friends know why. I have nothing else to say. You guys are toxic and should just delete the game. IQ. I'm actually going to put an IQ at 7, which is kind of indifferent for people because they're like, oh, IQ is useless, but those people always have mics or something like that, and they always have a problem with something. They're kind of like Twitch, but they're not as bad with it, I guess. There's this more general toxicity, but overall, not that bad. Bucks, you're probably there with Thermite at a 4. You guys are pretty chill. Once in a while you switch on your mic and say something, but you guys are usually just there for fun, trying to get kills or something like that. Blackbeards, you guys are pretty chill. Blackbeard players, actually, we'll give Blackbeard a 6. Blackbeard's a 6 because when you're fighting him, it seems kind of toxic to bring up Blackbeard, but overall you guys aren't that bad, and honestly, in terms of personality, you guys would be here, but in terms of your annoyance in a game, you can be at a 6. Capitao, you guys are pretty chill. I've never met a annoying Capitao player or anything like that, or toxic. You guys are usually pretty good. Habana. Honestly, I got like no plain. Actually, unless a Habana complains about someone not getting a hatch or helping them with something, that's like the only thing. But overall, Habana players are pretty good. They're kind of like Mati, just there to have fun. Jackals. We'll say Jackal's an 8 on the toxicity scale. Overall, you guys are pretty good, but it's just annoying having you around. And then, depending if you're like with like a full squad, just absolutely sweating on some casuals, yeah, you guys can be pretty toxic. Ying herself, her ability is toxic. Oh, didn't mean to hit that button. You guys are pretty toxic. We'll say IQ. You guys are pretty good usually, kind of like IQ, but it's for you guys. It's more of your ability that's just annoying. Sophia, you're there with Ash. You guys are one and the same. I have nothing more to say about it. You guys are pretty. You're two heads of the same coin, basically. You're two sides of the same coin. You guys are one or the other, and you're usually the first ones to complain about something. Dokkaebi, you guys are pretty chill. Actually, your ability is kind of annoying. So we'll bring Dokkaebi down to 4. Dokkaebi's ability can be annoying, especially since people are playing her a lot right now, but overall she's not that toxic. Lion, if it was like old, like when he came out like year 2 or whatever, 2 or 3, I forgot when exactly he came out, Lion would have been extremely toxic, but overall he's not that bad. I'd say he's a 3. Sure, his gadget can be oppressive, but he's not toxic. Lion players aren't really toxic, so Finka, if it was a couple seasons ago, oh yeah, I would have threw you up here. Like, I was hating Finka players, but overall, it's just me. I do find her kind of annoying. Personality-wise, they can be. Yeah, we'll say she's an 8, because she's still really annoying to play against, along with the people who play her usually also have something to say all the time. Maverick, you guys are pretty chill. You're just pretty much down for whatever. Nomad, you guys are pretty chill. You guys aren't really toxic at all. Gridlocks, you aren't toxic. You guys are pretty chill. These 3 here, they're pretty fun. They just enjoy the game, so you just let them do whatever they want. Nook. Honestly, I don't really have any complaints about Nook either. You're pretty much never toxic with Nook. Amaru, you guys are a 5. You're not like Glaz or you're trolling, but or when a team's sweating on you and they're like, oh yeah, we'll just bring Amaru. You guys are 50-50 and then you complain, or I shouldn't say all of you, but some Amarus complain when they get when they die right away and then they have to watch their team and they're like, what the crap are they doing? It's like, then you shouldn't have played Amaru and died. Callie, you guys are pretty chill. I play a lot of Callie, and honestly, all the other people I've met as Callie are pretty good. So, Ayana, I've met some toxic Ayana players now. We'll say a 6. Because honestly, I mean, I know a bunch of people who played like Fragops, like Ash, Sophia, Bucks, and all that, like switched to Ayana because she was really good and stuff. Overall, I find her more as just a... She's kind of just like a base operator at this point. Like, I don't see anything bad or good about her, so... And they're usually pretty good, but sometimes you get the Ianas who talk back to their team. Aces. Aces I've had some problems with. I'm honestly thinking they're like somewhere in this range here. They're above these two. We're gonna say ace players are a 9, because you guys honestly only care for the gun. The ability, you're like, oh yeah, I am a hard breach, I can do something, but overall, when you guys have mics, you guys are just like the most toxic people ever. Like, it's your way or the highway, I've noticed with aces. So overall, ace players, you guys are pretty toxic at a 9. 0 players, I got nothing wrong with 0 players. They're completely fine. Flores, same thing. No problems with them whatsoever. They're pretty chill people. Osas. Now, if you only play Osa, you're somewhere here. But overall, I find Osa players around like a 3. You can be toxic, but overall, you guys are pretty good and pretty team players, and you're fine with whatever. Sense players. Honestly, yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with Sens players. I don't find any toxicity from Sens players. Grim, you can get thrown in this category also, because you guys honestly are like 2 peas in a pod of no one plays you, and when they do play you, it's like, you know, the person's just vibing and wanting a good time. Brava, other than taking cap cans and like screwing the enemies with their own cap cans, you guys aren't that toxic, so we'll put you at a 2. So this is my attacker toxic list. Anything I want to switch before I end this at all? I'll probably just do their final placements overall. So Blitz I think is the most toxic. Ashes are definitely toxic. Sophias are more toxic than Aces. Twitches are pretty toxic. Jackals and Finkas. We'll switch because I find more toxic Finka players than Jackal players. IQ's pretty toxic, and then it gets to the Ying gadget. Blackbeard Ianas are more toxic than Blackbeards, so we'll go like that. Amaros are usually more toxic than the people who troll with Glaz. Overall, Glaz players aren't that bad. Honestly, Glaz probably could be down here. Thermite are more toxic than Bucks. I find Bucks more toxic than Thermite. Gadget-wise, it's kind of like Ying. Doklei's just last in the category. Overall toxicity, Osa, Lion, Thatcher. Thatcher players are usually fine, so yeah, these guys are fine. Well, actually, we'll do this. Out of these 3, and then these guys are all equal. You can pretty much can't go wrong with any of these. So that is the attacker toxicity list. I hope you enjoyed this video. To like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for letting me hit 30 subscribers, and I'll see you next time.